You know that sound means it's time to get down. It's Ian Page, it's Jason Jackson. We are in the bag. I can't wait to turn on the spotlight. We are not teaching. We're not selling. We are reminiscing. Dave Feldman, our friend from our ESPN days, he's back there. I don't know he's figured out how to do it without going to Bristol. So that's how you get
Yeah. Well, he's remote though.
Yeah. That's
the way to do it. You don't go back to Bristol. Don't get in that hole. You just go to an event.
Runs to Stanford most of the time. Might have to go to another now Big Ten school. These were Pac-12 schools when he started calling college basketball. For those folks out there. But he's on the pause today to reminisce about our time coming to the game together back in the mid to late 90s. And so we look forward to having that conversation. We'll get to all the stuff that we get to every single week. We have a really good deep drive today. We're going to talk about where the brothers at. And then I found 5 beautiful, maybe it's only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I lied. 4 wonderful topics for the 19th hole coming up. It's going to feel like 5 when we're done. But let's do it. IP, it's time to tee off.
Let's go.
Oh my God. I love when the people clap for you. It's better to have people clap than to have the clap. I think it's important for everybody to be aware of that.
Yeah.
I only have one headline for you.
Great. Because my wife's got to get in this thing and watch the Oscars or something on this TV that she never watches. So I'm in the area. I have no area in my house that's mine, of course. That's going to change soon, though.
Let the glorious godmother of my youngest child know that we will be of tempo because we have one headline, and it is nothing wasted on the young. IP, Cameron Young is the 2026 Players Champion. That man did it by becoming the first player who won to birdie the infamous, that's what it is. It ain't famous. That thing's infamous. 17th hole in each of the final 3 rounds. So in round 2, 3, and 4, he stuck it and put that thing in to get the win. Now, let's walk through where we all picked this up together, okay? And this, I was busy in the morning. I work for SiriusXM NBA radio, so I can't even decide to get into the mix till 1. Some fatigue set in, so I got myself a little nap in. And when I woke up at 3:30 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, my man Alberg, Luda, is making his move. And the move went the wrong way. I'm going to lay this all out, then we'll go back and get it because for those watching, Matty's shoes is about to go off, all right? So
we got to talk about, Bryson, but we can do that later. But anyway.
We'll get that in the news, absolutely. Yeah. So first, Oberg rinses his second shot, bogeys 11, as Fitzpatrick birdies 12. So now we got to keep an eye on these holes right now. Now they're tied at 12 under. This was as Oberg, did he start today 3 up or he got to 3 up?
Yeah, I don't remember.
His lead got to 3. So now he's tied, right? So Fitzpatrick, who will forever know now in this conversation as Fitzier Fitz, okay, because I need to keep moving, all right, sticks it with a 7-iron at 13. And then remember, Cameron Young got inside him. And so I'm like, oh, now we're doing it. Now we're just throwing darts. Oberg is moonwalking. Fitzpatrick makes the putt. I lied. I'll say Fitz there. He's tied for the lead. Now, we've already got one rinse. Here comes Oberg again in the water off the tee on 12. I mean, that was the yanker, wasn't it? Was that just
he just snapped. I don't know what the hell that was. The shot on 11.
It was left and then got left of left.
Yeah, well, the problem, 11 you shouldn't have done, but 11 I could sort of see there was a hard wind pushing it right, and he hit it so high that the wind caught it. Still shouldn't have done that. But 12 was, I don't know what that was. 12 was inexcusable. There's water along the left side. That's not in play. That water's not in play on 12.
He had to drop so far back because he was so far left.
Yeah, because
he didn't cover enough land, right? So he drops it, and then he's long on the second.
Yeah, hit a bad shot.
Double bogeys. He's 3 back. We're not going to talk about him anymore now. Sorry,
unbelievable.
Luda, I love you. I like your game. It wasn't your time.
Shot 63 on Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, but that was
Let's
Friday.
go to 14 green. Let's go to 14. Fitz blows it by from distance. He bogeys the hole. Young birdies, takes the co-lead at 12 under. Now we got a party. Now we're having some fun, right? So then we get to 15. What does Fitz follow up with?
Well, he makes birdie.
Makes birdie. Follows up a 3-putt with a birdie. So now we're still dancing. Fitz had to punch out after his tee ball on 16. Young hooks the second into a fairway bunker where it plugs, right? He has to gouge that sucker out, does Youngie, and runs it on the green par. Let's go to 17. Oh, here we go. Now,
How
this
about
was
Bobby Mack on 16?
Oh, yeah, we're leaving Bobby.
It takes he hooks it in and
He
bleeds
was
over
my
the green.
guy. I thought about putting some change on him, by the way.
Yeah, well, good thing you didn't. And Butcher sent a text about he could win. I said, he ain't winning. And then he skulls it in the water. I said, I told you. I mean,
yeah.
First of all,
and you and your body shaming, okay? We're going to leave that out.
I didn't say anything about. No, that was you talked about your boy Bobby Mack. So don't you want to bring that up?
No, you were talking about Fitzpatrick, and I said, hey, my boy Bobby Mack got that thing. He got that poofa, that belly popping out. Anyway, let's get to 17. Matt Fitzpatrick, center of the green, 29 feet away, totally respectable. I get it.
That's all you got to do on a Sunday.
But Cam goes for it.
Yeah, he hit a good shot. And
oh my God, he hit it to 9 feet, dog. 20 feet closer.
Yeah, and again,
2 outs for birdie. Right?
Makes the putt. Yeah.
Birdie, center slice, tied at 13 under. Let's go to 18. How about this bomb?
The drive was incredible. That's like
Have you seen a better drive on 18 since you've been cognitively logging the final tee off? Maybe in a final. Maybe that's really that in a final group.
Yeah, no. I mean, the ball was hammered. I didn't know he would hit it that far. I mean, it was an incredible drive. I mean, he hits it long, but to pull out,
he gets all fired up when he gets up and bangs it all into the trees. He hits it too far,
a little bit,
and he's got to work in the trees. Has to lay up. Cam sticks the second. By the way, let's just be clear. I declared him the winner at that point, and you're like taking.
I said, hang on a minute.
Slow down.
That's an easy up and down. Yeah. He's got plenty of green to work with.
And by the way, it was a nice up.
Yeah, it's like I said. It's now the problem was he left 8 feet. 8 feet. Those guys only make 50% of those. So you're going to make that half the time.
Miss the 8
foot.
And
in that situation, you're probably going to make it 20% of the time because you're trying to win the players.
Taps in for par, and I hope Matty Shoes had a fun time playing with that on on the YouTube edition of the program.
A great finish. So which is what you want.
And in a couple weeks in a row, which is
exactly second back-to-back week that we've had a good finish. So that, as a golf fan, it's all you can ask for. And again, the second week in a row, they were in the same group. The guys that were going at it, it's not like a scoreboard watcher you're waiting. They were right there with each other in that final pairing, and they were.
My final thought, and if you have another one, feel free. It was really cool to listen to Matt Fitzpatrick talk about the atmosphere because it got a little Ryder Cuppy, and because a lot of USA chants, and obviously Fitzpatrick and Young were in the last meeting up in Cameron's home space there at Bethpage Black, where it was just way too rock. It was out of control
completely.
And so Matt was asked about the atmosphere. He goes, "What?" He goes, "That was nothing."
Exactly.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Now, he did make the insinuation it's rude, but he said, but that's nothing. After Bethpage, I mean, come on. He said, after Bethpage, I want Ian Page. That's what he said.
Just step up and hit the shot.
Yeah. But he said he finds it all hilarious. And I don't think he meant that in a kind way, by the way. He said,
probably not. But
hilarious.
He did congratulate Cam's parents, though, after, which was cool.
Beautiful. Right?
Yeah.
That's the stuff we love in golf. It's super. It's
exactly.
supposed to be super classy.
And it is for the most part,
of being a lady and or a gentleman. Get off the tee, and good Lord. The entire back nine at TPC Sawgrass. And by the way, could somebody just take a look at the weather? That's why it was windy. Okay, there's a front coming up. Nobody said a word about it. Ian's going to have me muting it.
That's why I don't listen.
He won't listen. And I'm like, now I know why the man doesn't listen.
Exactly.
All right, off the tee.
As I was saying, Dion Fitzpatrick's lip, they were probably stating the obvious. He needs to keep it low here. Really? Really?
can
Because
see.
there's some trees branches above there. Yeah. Give me something.
I
Some
got something
insight.
for you. It's called the spotlight. Let's go. In the spotlight, in the bag. This is going to be clearly the finest segment because we're not trying to teach, we're not trying to sell. We're trying to recollect. We're trying to go back in time. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I can say he is ESPN's Dave Feldman. He has been to Fox in D.C. He's been out to, what was it, NBC out in San
DC Sports Bay
Francisco.
Area. Yeah.
Yeah. And then now all the way back to the worldwide leader. Oh, how life is cyclical, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Feldman, our friend, our colleague, with us here on In the Bag. Now, let's start off, David. We all kind of came to the game of golf
Beldy.
late. Yeah.
First of all, Shug, let me just interrupt and say I've already listened to a couple of your podcasts. The chemistry is awesome. I feel like it's just the three of us playing golf on Wampanoag when I'm listening to you guys. You guys sound great. You look great. Of course, Ian still looks 32 years old. It's awesome to see you guys.
You too,
Well,
brother.
he's not. So
That's what I was saying. Like, who is, when you were saying who's Dave, who the heck is Dave?
Yeah. Feldy, here we go.
Yeah.
So let's start off with the entry of golf into your life. Like Ian, like myself, you excelled in another sport. That orange leather did some things for your life, but you also as a kid were probably like, hey, come hang out at the club, Feldy. Come on, let's do some things. But it's funny how, because I pushed back on it in high school. We had a first baseman who was a wonderful golfer, left-handed golfer, and we all used to give him the business about playing golf, which didn't even interfere with the baseball season. So it's like you're just a jackass at 16 years old, and then you realize this game is everything.
Well, IP and I come from a slightly older era than you. We're the same age. And when we were growing up, like Ian, all I did was play basketball. I played some racket sports. I was decent at tennis, but I loved basketball. And when I got to the worldwide leader in '96 for the launch of news, and they were putting me on the 12 to 10 news shift where you didn't have to show up till 5. And what am I going to do in Bristol, Connecticut the entire day? I'd move from Laguna Beach in the summers. Ian and I would play some basketball, but all of a sudden, what were we going to do? So I think I played that like Blue Fox run a couple times. And then
the old Mel Campo turned into Blue Fox run.
And then the three of us, along with the coach, rest in peace, and Butchie, we all invaded the Schnog. And those are some of my happiest memories of playing golf with you guys. And we played every day, and we were terrible. I never took a lesson. And to this day, my swing would still be described as, I think the word would be ugly and choppy. But I've learned to play with it and gotten to be a single handicap with a pretty ugly golf swing. But I'm now fascinated by a sport that when I grew up, JJ, no one my age, and I'm sure IP, like you were like, I'm not playing golf with.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not playing golf.
Right.
We should clarify that the Schnog is not a strip club in that it is Wampanoag Country Club, soon to be rebuilt and in real life,
right,
in West Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes,
which was, as you noted, truly the good times. Right,
the best. The best.
There was work.
Yeah. Oh no doubt.
Right?
We'll never capture that again because it was just the perfect storm of everyone sort of starting at a place from all kinds of different walks of life, and some of us getting into golf, and then we had the schedule, as Feldy alluded to, that allowed us to play in the summer all the time. So it was tremendous, and same with Feldy. I had the same feeling about golf. It was strong. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, maybe I'll play. It was like, I ain't playing that.
No.
And it becomes my life,
Right.
So it's amazing.
And I will say that, some of my best memories, I mean, I don't talk to you guys all that often. We send emails, we send text. Some of my best memories are of all us hanging out, either at Wampanoag or at ESPN or, when we went to St. Andrews at my uncle's course and you guys played, we went down there, and then Ian and I went into basketball.
Right. What a day that was.
And John Daly, we played that celebrity tournament. I mean, I love.
Hold on. Stop and tell the story about Daly, who on one of the par fives at St. Andrews in Hudson on the Hastings.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Good memory,
Hastings
Dave.
on the Hudson.
On the
Yeah.
Hastings, New York. Is
Mickey
on
Shannon.
a par five.
Oh my God. Ian is, hold on. I just want to stop. My uncle Mickey Shannon, great uncle is 80, he's still alive. And Ian is like Rain Man. He's so smart to remember that name. It's unbelievable.
No, it's come on. It was a
Yeah.
all world golf experience.
Yeah.
All world golf
Yeah.
experience.
Well,
Anyway,
first of all, look, we got so much to talk about, but I'm going to talk about before we got to the tournament. We were at the hotel that my boy hooked us up at before the bus truck came pick ups, and you two were in there and freezing me out. I wake up the next morning, there's frost on the windows. It's July, and you're just like, hey, get another blanket, IP. I'm like, I'm freezing in here. Okay.
yeah, it
so
required AC.
Right.
I had a-
Air conditioning.
Sugar and I were bigger guys. We ran a little hot.
A little more.
I had a tough start to my day. And then, how about we get on the bus to fix this up? And who's on there? There's a bunch of people on. Rick Barry was on that one.
And by the way, crotchety as all get out.
Oh, yeah.
I've been about Rick a few times. He actually ended up coming and playing in my first golf tournament for charity for the IJAX Foundation at Wampanoag eventually. So we did. The frost chilled off, but that morning he was not friendly by any stretch of the imagination. So anyway, one of the stops out on the golf course in this event was
anyway.
John Daly banging a bomb for you while he's knocking out a heater. He's working on a Lucy. And
banging like 16 like vodka and Cokes.
Yeah, whatever it took.
Bang.
Whatever it took. So we show up, and I think we saw the group in front of us get like just a quintessential John Daly bomb. He goes out and puts it in the right rough or the left rough, the first cut for us, looked at all of us and said, that'll do.
Yeah. Well, you know, that kind of tells you how old we are now. Now his son is about to graduate college and played the PGA Tour event last week. So that tells you how much time has passed.
No doubt. And I loved his line about, he had a decent first round, what he's going to do after it. He's like, I know you probably want me to say that I'm going to go hit balls, but I'm going to the beach.
Right.
I'm in Puerto Rico, baby. That's what I'm doing. Like father, like son. Phil, you talked about our age dynamic. One of the great joys for me when you guys showed up is that I spent a year at ESPN kind of alone. I came in, there was 3 different hirings at the end of 1995, and I came in hot and solo out of Miami. And then Chris McKendry and Rich Eisen came, and it was just disconnected, right? There's a lot of competition. I don't think people really understood that. I didn't know it till you get there. Like people are just clawing for time and space and favor, and it's just unhealthy sports.
It's toxic.
Actually, it is toxic.
So when you guys came in September of the next year, even though you guys were older than me, I felt like you're my guys. I at least had 1 year in already. From a seniority standpoint, I was like, follow me. Right. Follow me to joy. Follow me to shenanigans.
I'll tell you the story. We were out in that trailer.
Yes, it was renovating the news.
Whatever the thing was being built, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I'm there. So my who's now my wife, she's calling me, asking me how it's going. And I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. I said, there's this older guy kind of showing me the ropes here. And, he's kind of cool. I come to find out that Shug's 10 years.
I tell people I'm freaking Benjamin Buttons. I'm aging backwards. I look at some of those pictures of me. When you guys showed up, I was 24.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
I remember.
But you look a good 45.
The mustache and a high top. Still had the curly locks from Miami with the circle rim glasses and whatnot.
I remember once we were playing, and IP had one of the best lines. It was Wampanoag. I don't remember what it was as a par 5, and you were like 270 out. It made no sense to like hit a 3-wood or go for it. It made perfect sense to lay up, and you took out a 3-wood. And I looked at IP, and I go, "What is he doing?" And Ian goes, whether it comes to golf or the buffet line or whatever, Shug doesn't like a lot of restraint.
Not at all. Grey Goose, gambling, golf, Gars.
It was great.
Cheese there, by the way. We'll stop the cheese right there before we get in trouble. So we were talking about a time that we've come from, and there was a time where you could needle one another. You could make fun. You could really poke fun. and nobody was running to HR crying and boohooing about what was said. And we had a beautiful game that we played most Mondays at Wampanoag, mostly because we're not charged for your guests.
You talking about Bagels versus Brothers?
We were talking about Bagels versus Brothers, Mike Greenberg and Dave Feldman against Ian Page and Jason Jackson. And IP, I don't remember. I don't have full scoring recollection. You might. Those were some close battles, man.
Yeah, they were. I remember.
Even with the kibosh from Greeny all the time.
Well, Greeny. The problem with Greeny was Jason was younger than us, but Jason was world class. Crap talker, and he was great, and he would say stuff like, Greeny, you make that putt, and I'm going to snap your neck in half. And Greeny would walk to the side with me, and he'd go, "Is he serious? Is he really going to snap my neck in half?" And I'd have to go, "Shug, would you quit mentally jumping on my guy because you're crumbling?"
No, because what Greeny would do would be, "Oh, look at that, great shot. Oh no, it's in the water."
He would do that. Yes, he would. Yeah, he was the king of the premature congratulations on what looked like a good shot but turned into a crappy shot.
Pure garbage in the babbling creek on 2.
Yes. Yeah.
No, absolutely.
And then what you guys may or may not have heard, when we'd all be talking a bunch of crap at each other, he would take me aside and go, "I'm not totally comfortable with this. I'm not totally comfortable with it."
And that's why he makes all the big bucks and still at the Worldwide League. Getting up every morning.
I remember. I think it was at Lyman Orchards. I don't think it was at the Nog. That I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Greeny and Feldy, or maybe it was Rever. That they hit the wrong ball.
You're immersed.
I think it was Rever. Dave Revs and everyone from the Big Ten Network. Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys hit the wrong ball or something. It was like, "Oh my gosh, you lost the hole." It was a big to do, and Rever was upset.
Yeah,
it was like,
and we didn't let them off the hook. It was
because it was like, damn, you hit the wrong ball.
I'll tell you guys, one of my fondest memories, and I don't know if you guys think about it much, is when the three of us went to golf camp up north.
Yeah.
I mean, was it Vermont or New Hampshire?
Yeah, Stratton, Vermont.
And we had
Larky.
And I forgot our instructor's name. We loved him. We had him back down to the Nog to play with us. I'll never forget. We're watching the local news in the smallest market in the world.
I remember this.
And they're showing highlights of a game and they don't have video. And Ian goes, "That's just lazy. That's lazy. They didn't go shoot the game. That's just lazy."
They don't even have a satellite dish or a staff.
Well, he didn't.
They just got a kid that runs prompter for sandwiches.
But he didn't. He took his dinner break, and threw up a score panel instead of going out and getting a run from the double 18.
Feldy, I will still get in a trap and scream Clarky when I have to hit a chunk of
run. Oh, that's right. Clarky is so good.
Oh. Those were the days, because when I was shooting, you guys did too, when I used to shoot the double A games in Jackson, Mississippi, and you'd go there and shoot, you get a run or two, hey, I got to do something else, and these other two guys would be there from the other two stations, and sometimes you're breaking down, and there's a home run, oh well. And you know what? But the guy said it was so perfect because this is way before social media, no phones. He's like, "You know what? That didn't happen."
Exactly.
Because we didn't shoot it. That was just the world back then.
The amount of times I left my first job in Sioux City, Iowa, said, "Dang it, that 10-yard run's going to be my best highlight." And as I'm walking to the car, everyone erupts on a 100-yard run. I'm like, "I'm sorry, that did not exist."
I am so glad that I started in the 15th biggest market in the nation. I didn't have to.
Okay, name dropper. Whatever.
Melody, you live in the San Francisco area. I don't want people to bum rush your front door. You have a small child. We'll make it very vague. As it pertains to courses that you can get to, your own course that you're a member of, and just the proliferation of some of the great American courses. Run people through what's at your feet.
Yeah, so I live within a 7-mile radius, and it makes me so annoyed and so happy to see you guys that you haven't come out to play it. Butchie has come play. I play at the Cal Club. It's the California Golf Club of San Francisco, known as the Cal Club. It's a top 40 in the country. It's unbelievable how great it is, how firm and fast the hang. You guys would love it.
Yeah, I mean,
Steph Curry is there, who I get to play a lot with. JT Snow from your baseball background, Shug, the first baseman. Andre Iguodala, who I think, Shug, and Ian, you're familiar with.
Yeah.
Al Gasol, who may be the best dirty 11 handicap in the entire free world.
I love a dirty 11, baby.
So those are great. But within 7 miles of my course is the Olympic Club, which has hosted the U.S. Open and just hosted the U.S. Am. Is San Francisco Golf Club.
That's a phenomenal place
in the world. Yeah. Lake Merced, Harding Park, where Colin Morikawa won the PGA Championship. Right. So there's all these unbelievable courses right in this area, or an hour and a half south where you guys have played, Pebble Beach, Cypress Point, Monterey Peninsula Country Club. So it is a golf haven where I live.
Well, not to drop, but we've also played Olympic and we played Harding.
Okay, so you've done it, right?
It was a long time ago now. It was 2007, I think. But so, but I do need to come out there and play some golf with you. What clubs are you rocking now, fella? Are you rocking the pings still? Or what are you doing? So
no, I have the good memory. I had those first pings, the ISI days. I have the TaylorMade, the P9, the P790, and I have a Titleist driver, the 2, which I love, and I just went to it's semi old man golf, but I don't care what it looks like. I took the 5-iron out of the bag and I just bought a 7-wood.
There you go.
Which
welcome to the club.
So easy to hit, it's like cheating.
Exactly. Welcome to the party, baby.
There are times I hit that and I need a wet nap. That's how good. 7-wood, 9-wood. IP baptized me in the water.
It's so good. IP. By the way, I was feeling bad about it, and I'm reading one of those articles in the bag, and Freddie Couples says, I don't hit a 5-iron, I hit a hybrid. I'm like, Freddie Couples is doing that.
Hey, Tommy Fleetwood has a 9-wood.
Yeah.
Hit it on the 8th hole at the Players this year. Butch has a 9-wood and hits it. Yeah. I mean, dog, it is.
Does the 9-wood replace the 6-iron?
Yeah, maybe 5-6-iron depending on your bag. Yeah.
I still have the 5 in mind because I have
I still have a 4. I still have a 4 because I reverse age. You guys are slow. I got club head speed.
You're the best. I know. We all know.
I've got a lot.
I will tell you, I'm in the best physical shape of my life. It's not helping my golf game. I mean, I may go back to Fat Feldy if he becomes a better golfer. Yeah.
Hey, but listen, we've gone up almost 20 minutes. And we can go for another 2 days. But before you go, I understand you're visiting your parents. You are a father now. You're an upstanding citizen, but we still need you to show us your balls. Show us your balls.
Okay, so I will show you my ball. This ball right here is a Titleist 4 Pro V1, and it's significant because I played Cypress Point with Tom Watson with this ball. Tom Watson, the author Tom Friedman, and my friend Scott Brickman, and I played the entire round with this ball. I brought my card. I shot an 83. Tom Watson shot a 71, and he couldn't have been nicer. And Jim Nance happened to be on the first tee when we were there, and Jim Nance said, can I announce you guys? And you guys, he stripes Watson's right down the middle, and he goes, Tom Watson, the major, everyone else is right down the middle. At Cypress Point, if you guys have been there, to the right is the driving range, but it's in play. It's not out of bounds. So I hit mine to the right, hit a good shot, but it was way right in the driving range. And Jim Nance goes, Feldman on the tee, the sportscaster, he hits it right, and Nance pauses. He goes, less than ideal, less than ideal.
Jim, so you got too much stuff to do.
That's my memory with this golf ball.
That's a great memory.
By the way, the dominant ball in the bag for people, the Pro V1 or the Pro V1X. So you're in the club, bud. You're in the club.
I love it.
We appreciate you taking time for us.
I miss you guys. You guys do. Shug, you. By the way, we always talk how great IP looks. You look great, Shug, and you're crushing it. And I miss you guys. And
hey.
you're the Bam Adebayo, I think, of all of our friends. I love
that. Well, buddy, listen, I appreciate you still staying on the mic for college basketball. I don't know how you watch 35% shooting every night. Feel free to get back to the NBA when you want to see the ball go in more often.
Don't tell some of our old bosses I'm still on ESPN. They don't know. I do late night West Coast games. Don't you guys know who I'm talking about? Don't tell them.
Yeah.
The only one that matters is now looking for a job himself.
I would say I don't think he's there anymore.
Goodbye, me.
Inside the Beltway
2149.
garbage, Feldman. Buddy, thanks a lot. Thanks for coming in the spotlight.
Thank you, guys. Great to see you, IP. Great to see you, Shug.
You too, Feldy.
IP, before we get into the deep drive, let us tell the people about Jack's Fan Foundation. The chief initiative of our organization is called Get There. It's a full cost of attendance bridge that focuses on identifying elite scholars and making sure they get to the university of their dreams. We provide a 4-year transportation scholarship to allow that. Here's what it includes: airfare, baggage fees, ground transportation. The scholars didn't do all the work, like our sons who are matriculating. The true definition of the word, by the way.
Yeah.
Right. Moving on. After doing all that work, but for our scholars, they're still making their way. Jack's Fan Foundation, make sure they get there. For more information, log on to jacksfamfoundation.com. Let's get real deep, shall we? Because there was an article, I believe you sent it, and it sparked a series of conversations, both in our thread and other threads. But the headline from Golf Digest was, "There are no black golfers in the Players' Championship. Is the game doing enough to change that?" And we got into a deep dive trying to answer that question, and it's not a very simple question.
No, it needs to
answer.
be.
There's a series of layers here. But for the second straight year in the Players' Championship, there are no African-American competitors in the 123-man field. And this is the first time that this gap in time has occurred in the now 52-year history of the flagship event for the PGA Tour. And so it is a decent time to ask the question. I don't fight that. I just find that when I was starting to really think about the answer, and IP, you were super definitive, as you always are, and I appreciate your leadership in that area. But I'm even saying, even when we have decent answers, do we still have the answer? Your point is no pipeline. That junior golf is not identifying or not even attracting.
Well, I don't even know that. They're just not there. So,
right,
whatever it is, you got to have, you can't, no one's going to be in the Players, which is one of the most difficult things to qualify for if you don't have any black players on tour or on the Korn Ferry Tour or on the DP World Tour or in the mini tours or in major D1 programs or, down, you can go further and further. So, like I said, I think in our text thread, you're going to have several hundred black players who are at some level on the Korn Ferry or PGA Tour to have a couple qualify for the Players. And we are, I don't know if we're ever going to be there, but we are so far from that. But yeah, and again, my point is, if you look at, it's different now. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I know that it's similar. If you look at all these HBCUs, the majority of their 5 players are not black.
No.
And it's just because they can't fill the roster. There's not enough black people to even fill out a team. Years ago, all those schools, Jackson State, all those schools, they were almost no black. Sean Foley, good friend of mine, who went to Tennessee State, great instructor on the PGA Tour. He went to Tennessee State because they needed a player. He's not black. He acts like a brother, but that's how it was. That's how it was with those schools, and it's still that way. Out of those 5 guys that played, very few teams field 5 black players. So, and if you understand that, then you understand that none of them, Georgia and these bigs, ever make the tour. So if you ain't got no black people down there, they ain't getting up to the Players.
The issue we have, to your point, is numbers, right? And relatability, connectivity. And then you got to be really good, right? So you got Joseph Bramlett and
up and down.
Who else? And Cameron Champ. They're on Korn Ferry.
Yeah, Chant has no status anymore. He lost his
card. Not even on Korn Ferry?
Yeah, maybe conditional. I'd have to check.
Good Lord.
Yeah, but he's won a couple times on tour. But as what happens in his game, he's lost his game. I mean, again, Sean Foley teaches him, and I've talked to him. And he went to Texas A&M, but he's been fighting for the last couple of years. But
Harold Varner's over
on Live.
And then Tiger isn't active. right now. And
Yeah.
so there isn't this massive like, hey, I want to be like that guy. Right. So that's
Right.
up there. It's not number one, but it's one of the factors for a young black golfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even a
But
young black athlete to be drawn to golf. Another layer that I have is oftentimes, as we were discussing with Dave Feldman, who is obviously not black, that there are other sports that we're drawn to in our youth that are easier to get to: soccer, basketball, baseball, football, traditional sports, right? And it doesn't require necessarily the time. There's still a boatload of cash that goes into youth sports, but the golf course, the tee time, the lessons, the clubs, the club if you decide to join it, all of that just becomes all of this layer. Now, here's my last one. I'm going to put this on us. I want to take some responsibility too within this. Oftentimes, when we do get to golf, it's later in life, and there is no path at 25 years old, okay,
yeah, no,
learning the
you're
game
not.
of golf and thinking that elite is available for you. You might get down to a single handicap. You could probably win a club championship, maybe a match play once or twice
Maybe,
in your life.
maybe, but I
And
doubt
times
even
when you get
that.
to a senior championship, you get lucky one time, you go on a run. Even that's hard.
Yeah.
So how we make golf in the black community now, as I step back and look at it, is it gets to us a little bit later, sometimes because of socioeconomic dynamics, sometimes simply because you took another path athletically, if at all, right?
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
we get to it,
Yeah. Well, if we ever get into it, then we were going to dominate, but we got to get into it.
but early, and that's what's
Yeah.
not happening.
Well,
We get
yeah,
into
I
it
guess. But
late,
remember, we had Tiger. Remember, we had Tiger for
right?
20 years,
But,
and there was
but
still
what did
no
it
black
feed?
golfers.
What did it
There was
feed?
still no black golfers because,
Yeah.
again, we're starting from negative 300.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if he got us up to minus 100, we're still in the hole. We still ain't got nobody in the pipeline.
What is the responsibility of the game? The stewards of the game. You got
I
you
mean,
got first two. The first tee began back in 1997. I haven't heard a whole bunch of
yeah.
crazy
I mean,
first tee stories about the kid who started at first tee in the hood and married their way to the
right.
tour.
And look, that's the other problem, that I can tell you all too well about is that this is a hard game. So even if we had all of a sudden 10,000 brothers that we exposed to and gave them money, I don't know that one of them will never make it to tour. It's just that hard. But we got to have them, like you say, be exposed to it, want to play it. But the levels are, like my boy Meek Mill says, there's levels to this, y'all. There are levels to this game. And like you just talked about being a scratch and winning a club championship or whatever. I mean, most people don't ever even do that. And the road from scratch to PGA Tour, I keep trying to tell people, it's not attainable. You will never go from being a scratch player to being on the PGA Tour, ever. Okay? It's just not going to happen. You haven't played any tournament golf, you haven't done this. So it's hard. My other examples, Kevin Hall, the black golfer, deaf golfer who went to Ohio State. He's now in his early 40s, plays on the AGPA Tour, the minority tour that's out there now. But he won the Big Ten championship, okay, by 10 shots over Jeff Overton. But he never got through Q school, but he went pretty far and he was pretty good. But the ceiling was first level of Q school. That's what it was. Never got to the tour, I mean, it's hard. And then look at Cam Champ. Cam Champ was on the tour, won at least twice. I know he won in California. I know he won in Jackson, Mississippi, and now has, what we know all too often happens with this game. Something happens, and you all of a sudden can't find a fairway. And so yeah, man, it's tough. But yeah, you got to have more exposure early, and you got to have more people in it. You got to have hundreds and hundreds of guys playing it. And every course I go to, and I'm sure you too, they ain't ever any brothers there, ever. When I go play, I walk up and I play a lot of these public tracks, private tracks, and there's never. And these courses that Feldley's talking about, God bless them, they're very few. So it is what it is.
Is there a historical slab of cement that is poured over this game that you kept black folks out for so long? They just went F it.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably part of it. And you don't feel, I mean, like I shouldn't be laughing.
Come on, let it rip. We in the bag, IP.
Well, but there's a story about, I was at Original Tee last year. I'm playing, and Wendell, who runs the tournament, comes up. What's up, IP? We're talking, and I'm playing with Sedina Parks. She's was on the LPGA Tour for a little bit, and he's talking about Ken Chenault, who the former chairman of American Express. Again, being in corporate America and all that, he's a member at Augusta. They flew down. Wendell went with him down at Augusta. All the black caddies are there. And, Chenault's not hitting it great on the range. Now, he was the only black guy down there. They flown from Martha's Vineyard down with these other dudes. They get to the first tee. And definitely, Chenault, Kenny C, as they call him, he's definitely struggling on the range. But we know he's the only brother there in these 12 guys that have flown down, right? So luckily, he gets up and pipes his drive on one.
Mm-hmm.
And the black caddy that was caddying came over and said, Mr. C, we was worried. So
we need this to be better than it looked over there.
Exactly. And I think that's the other thing. We got the weight of the world on our shoulders, and he did that day, which was just a casual outing. But it's like, bro, you better hit this shot good.
Well, they'll never let anybody back in here without a jumper on. Good
Mr.
Lord.
C, we was worried.
Let's take a minute and talk about our buddy Wendell Haskins,
anyway,
by the way, because he was the director of diversity and multicultural initiatives for PGA of America. He's the founder of the Original Tee tournament. You played in consistently. I played in it once before. I got to be more cognizant.
Right. I try to support that just because it is an important thing. And
but it's a gathering of avid black golfers from sports entertainment business. It's a really good gathering, and it lifts young people. There's a lot of honoring of people and with stature in the game, and it's we talked about Dr. George Grant, right?
Exactly.
This is the original golf tee. That's what it's called. He's the black genius who invented the wooden tee. And Haskins, Wendell, he just does a wonderful job advocating for golf in the black community.
Yeah, he does.
But even that is a struggle.
Oh, man.
Even that among us can be a struggle.
Exactly.
Right. Of just being consistent and locked in there. But the story of African Americans in golf reminds me of what happened with baseball. That in the 70s, and I think it was at the same time, that's where you had the major lift. You're coming right out of the civil rights movement and right off the heels of the Civil Rights Act, and you couldn't keep people out of the mix. And so here we come, baby.
Right.
Looking clean, baby. We're coming in with these gaiters on and these prints that are off the chains, baby. You all look like pimps out here, so the pimps are coming. That's how that was. And it was fantastic. At one time, there were 12 black players on the PGA Tour.
Right. We used to, right? Calvin, Pete, Elder, those guys. And I think you just made me think about it. And I think the other thing that's happened, there's also access and other things in other sports, but we know that they used to come up as caddies, and we don't have that anymore. They were all caddies, good players. That's how those guys, the elder guys, that's how they got in the game. And that has gone away. So that's one era that has closed to them and everybody really, but that was one way they got in the game, and that we don't have that anymore. So there's a lot of reasons. We could do a 2-hour show on it. We won't solve the problem. We won't, we just have to keep doing things. If somebody shows an interest in it, and things like Wendell's tournament and having Golf Digest bring these things out, that this is a great event, but just let's be aware, guys, we ain't got no black folk here again. And it just shows that there's a lack of that, and it just is what it is. So we have to try and deal with it. It's not easy, but it is there.
I believe Wendell's on the list, baby. Wendell Haskins will be on the program.
Good.
Talk more about the original tee and trying to put some chocolate in this milk that we're playing it. Antoinette, you are on notice. She's got it done. No range session this week, IP. So let's just get to the 19th hole, shall we? Sometimes we don't want to hit balls after. We just want to drink. So here we go.
My shoulder's bothering me anyway.
Oh, my God. How did we get this far without a shoulder report? This is the only thing that gets Butchergross to tune in, is he gets a full update on what's going on with his shoulder. So now that we got the music going, we're in the 19th hole, share with the people the latest on the shoulder. You're soon... You're going to be out there doing some things. You got some.
I'm going to try.
High 50s, low 60s coming through the.
Exactly, because we're going to get. It's better. It's probably 70%. There's still pain. As we know, we can't fix it because it's degenerative and it's arthritic and it's whatever. And I've got the labrum tear. But I've got 2 more sessions. We're going to see. Hopefully they'll clear me for driver. And then when it gets warmer, I'll go out and see. At some point, got to get out there and see. And I see my guy April 3rd, I think. And maybe we get another cortisone shot. And what does he think? He's also mentioned we can do a little cleanup. Again, doesn't fix the problem, but we can go in there and smooth some of the stuff that's rough, some of the frayed things, snip it out, create some space that And then again, we don't fix it, but what that does is help relieve some of the pain. Okay, so how long does it last? Well, that's the $1,000,000 question. He says at least a year, and and then we replace. But anyway, I'm 7 out of 10 right now, so we'll see.
We'll take that all day long. Can't wait.
I will.
See it. First topic here in the 19th hole. On St. Patrick's Day, on Tuesday, we're taping this on Sunday, the brand new production, a collaboration between the PGA Tour and NFL Films, has my full attention. Chasing Sunday. Will you watch, IP? Chasing Sunday.
No, but you watch and let me know how it is, and then
I can't wait to watch because
good. I hope you
about NFL Films. Two things. One, microphones everywhere.
Right, but these guys
forget. I hope they just forget.
Yeah, I don't know. These guys are much better at that, at not forgetting. But I'm gonna want you watch it and you report and tell me if it's worth my time.
And then the shooting, just the close. Hold on, for everybody. Here on NFL Films,
right? They,
get up on it. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a golf course we played. I believe we played it together. Did we play Yale together?
I think we did. I think we played an outing. I was in a different group or something with you, but
exactly. But the old Yale University golf.
And I didn't love it.
No, you didn't. And now we got to go back and play it again. It is clearly in New Haven, but it's a landmark design, and for a long time in golf's top 100 courses in the world. But apparently, right after Ian and I played, maybe as it was happening, just diminished dynamics, the conditions, bumped it off the list. And coming up, apparently the university community got together, threw some dough into it, and at the end of April, they're reopening the course. It coincides with the centennial. I loved this. I loved the strangeness. And I don't say this derogatorily. There were just strange things at the Yale course for me. There was some elevation stuff.
Yeah, it was
sidewinding. Was there a par 5 18 where it felt like you were hitting it uphill twice before?
Yeah, it was kind of quirky, and that's why I didn't like it. It was like, this is just it was
gimmicky. Got into shambles after you MF'd it through the streets over the years.
The shit was gimmicky.
They couldn't recover, but they put a bunch of money into it, and it's apparently they did a decent job getting things back to its original form. They have a signature par 5 on the front 9. Remember this thing, the punch bowl?
Yes.
You hit into it, and it just swells down. And they put those pins close up on those edges sometimes. You in for rubber.
Right.
But 3 and 18 are they're just double fairway holes, and they're big, long holes. And I love that the rates are, in this day and age, relatively low, $150 for the students and faculty. If you're affiliated with the university, $250. IP and I would pay $350 if we weren't schmoozers. Okay? If we didn't schmooze ourselves into a freebie. Or at least the $150.
You're paying no $250 to play that course.
Next topic. Apparently, 17 at TPC Sawgrass had different plans, IP. It was not necessarily going to be an island green. Now, I can't imagine Pete Dye not giving us what we got. But when they were putting this thing together, there was a different idea of what 17 at the stadium course was going to be. Did you see this story?
I knew the story, and I know it came out this week because of the players. But yeah, he was building it and digging and this and that and digging. And I don't know what to do now. And then his wife said, "Well, why don't you just make it an island green?"
Brother, he was just run out of earth.
Exactly. And as I always say, the wife, if any of us know that we've been married over 25 years, your wife she's the boss. So we're gonna make it an island green, and it's really a peninsula, but okay, whatever. And but she had a good idea there, and
could you imagine pacing around and wringing your hands from?
Yeah, what are we gonna?
I don't even know. Am I gonna make a big old bunker? Like, why are they gonna bring in?
Yeah, well,
dirt. Like, what am I gonna do? Just fill it in.
Let's make it an island green. Who said that?
Oh my
Your wife.
Because there was a bunch of muck under there.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah,
or whatever, but swampy and all.
Thank goodness we got what we got, because it is just fun, and it was great. You know, I loved watching Matt Fitzpatrick just do the thing you're supposed to do, hit it to the middle of the green, and Cameron Young going, no, I'm going ahead right here.
Yeah,
or
that's
not.
what you have to do.
Or not. But it's
right,
gonna happen
and
right here.
Sean O'Hara did a little like, I mean, for these guys today, for him, it was a sand wedge. So, okay, he took fairly dead aim, and, those guys from that 100-ish range are usually pretty good, and he was pretty good today. But the drive on 18 was crazy. So anyway, good for him, but with a gap wedge, sand wedge, those guys are usually looking at that flagstick,
Pete did not think that this was going to be the hole that it ended up being. He thought it was going to be too easy.
And you know what? That's what I tell people, we've played it, is that really it is. Unless it's windy.
The wind's going.
And the tees are back, and given the situation, if you're trying to win the players. But if you go there with your buddies and it's, it's a wedge for most, so now most people are still a little wilder than most, but it's not like it's crazy. It's not like it's 215,
It's
what I mean?
What's on the line, right?
Exactly. And when the wind blows, it makes it's definitely tricky.
And one more thing.
Right.
That pin placement.
Right, depending on where it is, but don't shoot for that. But it's kind of like 12 at Augusta.
Right.
Augusta's only 150 yards, but again, that wind swirls and blows, and so now it's tricky. You come up short and blast it long into the azaleas. You got a problem.
Go in there with a backhoe. IP, we don't really have a next topic because you made it very clear we're not talking about it. But when you are definitive, it makes me giggle. So I want to share with the people that the PGA Tour came out, their CEO this week, with some new competitive structure, and I put it in our thread as a group because it's just kind of that's like the lab for our topics each week, and most of them, they don't really get any comment from IP, and that is that can be in the show, and then I laid down the talking points that came from the tour on this new competitive structure, and you lost your bleeping mind. IP says no. I'm not going to read exactly every word you wrote. If you would like to paraphrase why people don't need to get all up in arms over the presentation. It was a big platform for the tour, and therefore they wanted to use it to share where they're headed.
And you know what? Right. And again, living in the world that we live in, and you and I being in the business that we are in, used to be in, that has changed dramatically. Yep. The one sentence you need to take away from that is, I'm glad he said it, is nothing has been finalized. Nothing. So yes, we're going to open big, get the stars, blah, blah. Yeah, but nothing. We don't know markets, big markets. And again, paint the broad brush. That's your state of the tour and all that. But nothing has been finalized. So let's relax. We got pre-game shows, post-game, everything else. So just until it happens. When you tell me that New York, Boston, Chicago, and these are the dates, then we can talk about it. And when you tell me that this, and we can. But right, I mean, but let's. We got pre-game shows now, and I know these guys at the Golf Channel that are 6 hours long. They're longer than the round of golf.
They're inside the inside.
Well, because we can
live
sell it,
at the inside.
right? So we can sell it. So let's go, and then we talk about a bunch of stuff that doesn't mean anything because we got to fill 6 hours of airtime.
No doubt.
Anyway, that's the world we live in.
It's not a topic we're dealing with, so we're getting out of the.
Exactly. Let's go.
We're gone. Here's the golf schedule for the week. The PGA.
Wait. We got to talk quickly about Bryson.
Oh, yeah. Go right, please. Go ahead.
Real quick, because I got up early, I saw it, and I said, let me check it, I'll watch it. We go to a playoff with this guy, Lee, who's a rookie. Right. It's raining, okay? So this is drama like you can't believe.
Love that you paid the live update.
Okay, rinses it. You're like, oh, shit, he's going to lose. They get up, he gets up and down, knocks it on, he putts in for 5. The other boy knocks it to 10 feet. This rookie, and you're like, okay, he goes for the putt, 2 feet by, but I get up to go get some more coffee. I come back and there's all these hands. What the hell's going on? And of course they replay, and he missed literally a 2-footer, and Bryson wins by, it's unbelievable. Yeah. So that playoff was insane.
It was so in your mind that you said it out loud during the last putt for Cameron Young. Hope Singapore doesn't happen again.
I mean, Doug, that's a putt that, if we were playing, I would concede that to you, that he had to putt, but it was, so I'm like, oh, we're going to another hole. Let me go get some more coffee. And I'm like, what?
But even Bryson was like, this is terrible. I don't want.
I mean, it's unbelievable what happened. Yeah. You don't want to
give me my money in this trophy.
All right, give me that $4 million. But it's like when we played, it reminded me when we played speaking of Feldy, the Vice President Cup, and I'm still new to golf. We're on our first playoff hole. And this guy has like a 2-footer. I'm like, well, just go to concede it. You're like, no, that's for the win. He has to putt it. And he misses it. I'm like, oh, shit. And then the next hole, he pulls some ridiculous shot and tries to hit it off a stump, and we end up winning. Yeah. Same kind of thing. Whereas I was like, oh, that's conceded. It's a short putt. It's a foot. Yeah. He missed it.
Not for the win.
So it's unlikely, but it happened. So yeah, I was shocked because I got up. I'm like, well, they're going to be going another hole, and I was shocked when I came back to TV and was like, what the hell's going on? What are all these handshakes going on? It was over anyway.
You got to stay locked in.
Yeah, nuts. So all right, but get to the schedule. I just
PGA Tour off to Innisbrook. They're at the Valspar Championship. Victor Hovland is your defending champ, sir. We admitted, and I'll say it out loud, that tournament will have to pull us in.
It's a tough one.
We've gone to that mode.
It's a great course, and it's usually 3-4 under wins, but yes, we got to hope that it's a good finish.
Absolutely. The ladies are back in America, out in California at the Sharon Heights Golf and Country Club at the Fortinet Founders Cup. I was like, what is that? And then the champions, they've got, this is so good, man. They're out in Tucson, I believe, for this one. The Cologuard Classic. Some of their sponsors are too on the nose. Okay. You know exactly. Put the doo-doo in the box and send it to the lab. Okay. Make sure your colon is tight. And the World Tour is off to China. Our boy Marco Penge, the Englishman.
Oh yeah. He hits it long.
He didn't make the cut this week, so he could get on the plane to China quickly.
He bombs it, man. That dude.
Yeah, I mean. So we'll have an eye on all those things for our next edition of In the Bag. We appreciate ESPN's Dave Feldman, a.k.a. Feldy. We got ourselves locked in for some dates in D.C. with Feldy.
Yeah, man. Burning tree.
Put it on the membership, baby. I'll take 3 of everything.
I'll take Buffalo Trace Neat. Let's go.
On behalf of our producers, Bryce Gelman and Matt Schulzen, our show coordinator, Antoinette Andrews. He is Ian Payne. I am Jason Jackson. Thank you so much for being with us on this edition of In the Bag. Play fast.